country. So it is a technical innovation that they made, and when they began to broadcast, and it is a very nice high-level culture. No advertising. Yes, no interruption movies with advertising, and big journalism, really good journalism. Yeah? Did you see the trams?
Yep.
Right? Look, when they open the door, did you see? They will open the door. They are floor level, ground level. Can you see? No steps climbing in and out. Yeah. So this is. It has been done for the handicapped people, 1994. So a few years ago, and we were the first city in France to do the trams like that. All the others had steps to climb in, and now, of course, we are copied everywhere. But it is a very good situation for elder people, handicapped people, mother and child, you know, to go by tram to Strasbourg, because Strasbourg is a green city. We have a lot of bicycles, a lot of, you know, so we have also a lot of trams lines. Yeah? Oh, I speak a lot, huh? So do you have questions?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Strasbourg is today, I would say, really an open world. Look, the geographic position of us, you know, is in the Rhine Valley. You are traveling on the Rhine Valley. If I consider the bus like the Rhine Valley, look in the middle, I have the Rhine River. The east side would be, of course, the German side with the Black Forest ending right. So the northeast, west-south roads were strategically positioned. Strasbourg was created by the Romans. Yeah? So it developed into the city you see today.
Yeah, Did they?
So the Romans, they settled 12 BC, before Christ. You know my job, 2 hours to tell you 2,000 years. And this little military camp of the Roman time went out, you know, in a city in the Middle Ages. And this city was a trade city. And it was belonging to the Holy Roman Empire of German nations. It was not holy and not Roman, but it was the Holy Roman Empire. And it was a trade city. And we became French again after the 30 Years' War. You know, Louis XIV, it was after the Reformation. They made princes of Europe Catholic against Protestant, and they made wars, you know. And so we became French again, 1648, yeah, after the Treaty of Westphalia. Can you see left? This is also, we are speaking about religion, so this is the Jewish community, of course. It is the synagogue. You can see the David Star, and on the side you will see the wall facing us when we are a little bit later. It is the menorah, the chandelier, with the 6 branches of the Jewish community. So this is the second biggest size synagogue in France, because we have about, let's say, we don't know exactly, because in France it is forbidden to ask and to put on an official paper your religion, because it is to save the intimity of the people. So about 17,000 people, Jewish community. They were present since the Middle Ages. Of course, in wartime we didn't have, because they were safer in other, and they came back after the war times. Do you see the beautiful buildings now? Did you see that we changed century with them? In the architecture, you can see that we were in the extension of the city. So we were first in the 21st century, because the new buildings are belonging to our century. The 20th century with all the construction of Europe and the war times. And now we are in the 19th century. This is all, it was built up at the end of the 19th century. It was an extension of the city, 30%. And have a look, it is a big and beautiful building size. Can you see left-hand side, this beautiful building there? This is the library. We call it the University Library and the National Library. More than 3 million books. It is the second in size in France. So this is a very important one. The building left of us now, this is the prefecture Préfecture building, civil, when administrative, and right, oh la la, this is the public treasury. We pay a lot of taxes, so we don't love this building. But it is also a building. It was the former Ministry of Alsace and Lorraine on Shanghai levels, you know, in the world, so it's not so bad for Strasbourg. So here, right, can you see the flags? You have a sort of eagle under the balcony. Can you see? With open wings. So this is the symbol of the Kaiser. So it was the Kaiser residence in Strasbourg when he came from Berlin to Strasbourg, because he was living in Berlin. Now it is called the Rhine Palais, and it is the one who decides for the navigation on the Rhine. So very important people for you, yeah. And here, right, if you have a look to the right, you can see the Opera House, but the back of the opera, and the bridge crossing the Ill River, which is the old city center. Left, if you have a look left, look, beautiful view now. Did you see the memorial in the middle of the square? No, it's not a square, it's a circle, but well, it is the Republic Circle. Huh? Yeah. So this is called the Monument for the Dead Soldier. It is a quite symbolic one. I don't know if you had time to see a little bit the detail, you will see it better now. It is a mother with a wheel on her hair, and you can see she's holding two sons, and one of the sons was dying for Germany and one for France. So you must imagine it was a double drama, because they are dead both, and they were incorporated forcibly in the German army. Young soldiers, young boys of Alsace. They were 18, they were 19, you know, and they had to serve Germany on one side and France on the other side. So first France, after they have been incorporated in the German army, and so you can imagine the drama if they had to kill people on the other side, yeah, fathers, friends. So they were sent away to Russia, East Front, and 30,000 were killed them. So it could really happen that mothers lost sons in two countries, or for two countries. So today it is a richness, but in the past it was quite difficult. What we make here, and Zurich Road. And right, a beautiful view on the old city. And you see, sir, this is the part of the university just in front of us. This is one of the university buildings. We have a big faculty of medicine, of law, history of art, we have mathematics, we have, well, every kind of possibility to study. A nice building also left, don't you think so? It's called Gallia. It is part of the students' life, because it is a residence for the students, so not bad, huh? Voilà, we have also the campus central, left-hand side, it is all linked with the university. And look, I love this building also, and the view that you have at the right-hand side now. The Cathedral Notre Dame, the little cafes for the students. Voila. So we approach now the old city. We have just a little deviation in front of us because they are making again the canalization underneath, you know, so we have just to catch a road on the left-hand side. But this is a beautiful view also. So in a moment, in about 10 minutes, we will be on one spot, and we will of course not do all the tour by bus. We will also go in the old city by walk. Voilà, so we are navigating on the Rhine here. Yeah, because this road here, the road where we are now, was an old arm of the river. But we, of course, have no more water, but it was a navigation possibility in the past. Voila, so we are now moving to the south end of the city, and it will be, of course, the point where we will go out. We will also, of course, take voice transmission, so we will also have to prepare the voice transmission. We can begin already to do that. I will first turn mine on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I just saw I am on channel 5252, but we will just... Voila, so we are now going just to move a little bit ahead. We have 10 more minutes, and we will be at a little district called La Petite... Yeah? Voila, any question about that? So, right now, can you see these buildings here? A big part of the city. This big part, everything you can see here is linked with the hospital of Strasbourg, the big one, and it is a city inside the city. Yeah, it is 24 hectare wide, so a very big hospital, and it is, of course, 12,000 employees, 3,000 doctors, 2,000 students in medicine. So it is a very big part of this city. It is called l'Hôpital Civil, and the wall that you can see is a surrounding wall for the hospital, which is a city inside the city. So we have buildings from the 16th to the 21st century inside. And you know what is the best medicine in that hospital? I just laugh because they have a very nice wine cellar. The wine cellar is dating back to 1395. It is the eldest cellar in Alsace, and they have 50 big casks, you know, the barrels of wines, 50 very big ones, because in the past, the patients, they got no water, but 3 liters of wine a day. And so they were safe, I hope so, because water was not safe at that time.
3 liters.
3 liters, yeah. It was like water. It was, of course, not the same wine as today. Yeah, it was like beer, 5-degree alcohol. Voila, so the hospital is on the right-hand side here. All what you see here is linked with the hospital. We have also a beautiful research center for cancer and internal surgeries. We had a professor, he's called Jacques Marescot, who made a world first time, I don't know how to call that, the first time made in the world. He was managing an internal surgery. He was based in New York, and he did it by endoscopic camera system from New York to Strasbourg. It was in 2001, and it was the first time done in the world. Yeah. So this is in that hospital right-hand side. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we will begin to prepare the voice transmission, because inside the building, and you will have the blues, the bathroom inside, yeah?
Yep.